Kelly hot as fish grease business. Okay, let's get into it, guys. Let me go ahead and play the intro for y'all. All right, so I am going to share my screen real quick and show you guys this little snippet because, honey, Aura has been found guilty. Let's get into it.
He is guilty here. So it is, again, not entirely unexpected, Ron, based on what you have said. So go ahead.
Right. There are 9 counts altogether. Racketeering is the big one. Then there are 8 others. And of those 8 other counts, some of them were subsumed under the charge of racketeering. So it's likely that he may be found guilty of some of those other separate charges. They're broken down primarily as they pertain to the cases of the individual accusers. So that's what we're looking at. It may take some time for the jury to read out the rest of its verdict. But the racketeering one is the big one. This was a very creative charge that the prosecution came up with, again, to put all these alleged misdeeds under, again, dating back to the 1990s to almost to the present day, involving many, many women who were brought to R. Kelly's home, to his music studio, imprisoned in one case, drugged, sexually assaulted, and again, just horrific stories of what these women were telling. The prosecution in its closing argument made a point of for the jury to she said, these women's lives should matter. See them for who they are. They were women from humble beginnings, for the most part, women of color, which is different than what we've seen in most of these Me Too cases, and which is one reason why there was some question about whether they would be believed. However, the jury has returned this verdict of guilty, so they were believed, and they told really horrific stories. That the prosecution asked the jury to see them as young women. So many of them were 16, 17 at the time when this all happened. And so many of them were aspiring music stars who saw R. Kelly as just this idolic figure that they thought that this was their big break, their turning point. So they were willing to do almost anything for his favor and to follow him. And they thought that this was going to be their dream that for so many of them, as the prosecutors put it, just turned into an absolute nightmare. It's really hard to read through the descriptions. It was difficult to sit there and listen to what these women were saying. But they did, and the jury believed them, and now we have this. The racketeering charge, again, carries 20 years. There are 8 other counts that carry 10 and 20 years for the most part each. It all adds up to the rest of his life in prison. And then, as you were pointing out earlier, yes, there's another federal case in Illinois that has to do with child pornography charges, obstruction charges, sex trafficking charges. There's also state-level cases in Cook County, Chicago, Illinois, and one in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, I believe it is. That's another state charge. They all have to do with sexual misconduct, alleged misconduct with young women, underage girls. So,
well, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it there. I really want to know what you guys think, okay? Because I definitely have some opinions about it. But I would like to know what my loungers think about it. And but I'm going to give you guys a brief synopsis of what I think, and then I am going to make an extensive members-only video about this, okay? But I will tell you that R. Kelly, I don't feel sorry for him at all, okay? Like I said, I'm going to go into that extensively in a members only video because I want people to feel comfortable talking about this kind of behind closed doors without having a bunch of trolls to attack, and to come in and to make decisions about what we should be discussing. But this situation here is deep, it's major. There's a lot that I feel like he's answering for now, from things that he's done in his past. I really feel like his past is catching up to him, and some of those demons and chickens are coming home to roost. But we'll get into that on another video, okay? But in the meantime, I really want to hear you guys' thoughts on this. Okay, what do you guys think about this racketeering charge that he was found guilty of? How do you think that kind of, plays into this matter? What do you think about the victims in the matter? What do you think about the jury? What do you think their position in this was, and if this was a difficult decision for them, or if this was something that was just easy for them to come to? If I was on the jury, I will say this publicly. If I was on the jury, I would 100% agree with the jury. That's the truth. That's just where I'm at with that. But I'm not going to reveal the reasons why until you guys see this members only video about that. All right. And I might make it public one day, but I am going to make it a members only video where people can, openly discuss how they feel about this behind, without having to speak about that in public. All right. And then I'll let my members decide whether or not the video becomes public. All right. So look forward to the next video being how to join Black Lounge and how to become and get into membership. All right. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.